A 16-year-old boy is about to make his last putt. The whole golf world was weighing heavily on his shoulders. It's not just because of who he is, it's also because of who his father is. There's no noise in the gallery. There are cameras all over the place. Every move is being looked at, criticized, and compared to one of the best players of all time. This isn't just another tournament. This is the time when Charlie Woods either gives in to the stress or shows that he has something no one saw coming. 4 strokes ahead, 3. There were holes to go through, and then something happened that no one saw coming. What happened in those last few seconds shocked more than just the golf world. It made Tiger Woods do something he doesn't often do in public. Emotions came out. The father who always kept his son out of the spotlight couldn't help himself this time. Charlie did what he did for more than just winning a tournament. It was about shutting up everyone who said he would never get out of his father's shadow. It was about showing that legacy isn't a load when you know how to carry it. What happened next changed everything. If you think you know this story, you are about to find out that you only know the surface. Please do me a favor before we get into what really happened. Hit the subscribe button now and turn on notifications. We bring you stories like this every week, stories that show you the human side of sports legends. You really don't want to miss what's coming. Let's go back to May 28th, 2025. Florida's Streamsong Resort, the TaylorMade Team Invitational. Before that Wednesday, most people had never even heard of this tournament. But what Charlie Woods did will always be remembered. Charlie was in a tie for second place going into the last round, 9 strokes under par, right behind the leaders in a field full of some of the best junior golfers in the U.S. We're talking about kids who are among the top 5 in the whole American Junior Golf Association. The player who is ranked number 1 in the Miles Russell, the best player in the country, was in this field. Luke Colton, who was in 5th place, was right behind Charlie. Tiger's name couldn't help him in this case because it wasn't a charity event or exhibition match. This was a real contest. Young golfers who were already very good and had been winning junior tournaments while Charlie was still getting used to the game. And here's something that no one talks about. Charlie was ranked 606th when he entered this tournament. 606th. Take a moment to think about that. This kid that everyone thinks has everything. Because his last name is Woods, he has an advantage in the world, but he is barely on the radar of junior golf rankings. He finished in a tie for 25th place in March, which was his best result before this tournament. That's all. No big wins. No news. There was no evidence that he could handle the stress when it really mattered. People were already giving up on him. Social media was hard. People said he only got attention because of who his father was, that he would never be able to live up to the name. Tiger should just let him be a normal kid and not make him feel bad about failing in public. The shame of failing in front of others. But that Wednesday morning, Charlie Woods woke up knowing something that no one else did. He was about to show everyone what happens when you stop paying attention to the noise and start trusting your game. He comes out firing on the first hole. Birdie. Then it gives it back right away with a bogey on the second. People probably thought, that's so Charlie. Can't take the stress. Can't put together a consistent golf game when it counts. But then things changed. One hole after another. Charlie started dropping birdies like he was playing a game. Birdie on the 3rd hole. Birdie on the 5th hole. Birdie on the 7th hole. Birdie on 9 holes. He had been on fire by the time he got to the 13th hole. 6 birdies in 9 holes. His name was flashing at the top of the leaderboard, 3 strokes ahead of everyone else. Miles Russell, the best junior golfer, was 9 under and nowhere near. Luke Colton is still 3 behind at 12 under. Charlie had left a group of the best young golfers in America behind, in his wake. But this is where it gets interesting. Bogey on hole 13. The wheels looked like they were going to fall off. In that moment, the pressure of keeping a lead, the weight of expectations, the cameras, and the crowds all seemed to get to him. Most 16-year-olds would break down here. This is where the mental game makes the difference between champions and everyone else. Charlie goes up to the 14th tee, a par 4 that you could drive. 298 yards. Most kids would play it safe, hit an iron, and make sure nothing bad happens. No. Hey, Charlie. He takes out the driver and really destroys it. The ball hits the green. He makes a birdie with 2 putts and forgets about the bogey. He has ice in his veins. That's not a skill. You can't teach that kind of mental strength. 15th par, 16th par, 17th par. Now he's being smart, keeping the lead safe. No pictures of heroes. No risks that aren't needed. A kid who was too young to know how to finish a tournament played solid, composed golf. The 18th hole, 586 yards long. Charlie only needs a par to win his first title from the American Junior Golf Association. He swings his drive. Safe on the second shot, fairway on the third. 2 putts on the green, par, and the tournament is over. The final score was 15 under par. 6 under par in the last round, with 8 birdies and only 2 bogeys. Won by 3 shots against a field that included 4 of the top 5 junior golfers. Nobody thought Charlie Woods could do what he just did. He won, but what happened next is what really counts. Because it's one thing to win a tournament. What you do when you win, how your family reacts, and how the golf world reacts are all part of what makes a legacy. Tiger Woods didn't play in the tournament. He was recovering from surgery and dealing with his own physical problems. Watching from a distance, as his son did something he couldn't help him with. No swing tips during the round. No one to calm the nerves on the fairways. Charlie was all by himself. When Charlie made the last putt and raised his arms in victory, Tiger knew something had changed. This wasn't just a moment for a proud dad. At this point, his son stopped being Tiger Woods' kid and became Charlie Woods, the champion. After the win, reporters asked Charlie what it was like to finally break through. He said, "Tear gold. Now I can say I have won, and Dad can't say I don't." Think about that for a second. A 16-year-old kid who just beat some of the best junior golfers in the country thinks about how to prove something to his dad. Not in a mean way, not in a bitter way, but in a fun, competitive way that shows how close they really are. Because Tiger has always been hard on Charlie. Not mean, not too much, but real. He has never tried to make professional golf sound easier than it is. He has never acted like Charlie would automatically do well, just because of his genes. Charlie understands that. He knows his dad won't give him anything. You have to work hard to get everything you want. Tiger's reaction to the win was typical of him. Not flashy, but important. Tiger Woods needs to make room on his trophy shelf for son Charlie, was the headline. That's respect. That's recognition. That's a dad who knows what his son just did and isn't going to downplay it. This wasn't about getting another trophy for Tiger. This was about seeing his son do something he'd been working toward for a long time. Fight through criticism. Fight through what people think. And come out on top when it really counted. But let's talk about what this win really meant, not just the trophy. After Charlie won the Team TaylorMade Invitational, his ranking in the American Junior Golf Association shot up. He went from 606th to 14th place. In one tournament, there were almost 600 spots. That's not just getting better. That is a statement. That's Charlie telling the world of golf that he's not here to mess around. He is here to compete. And all of a sudden, chances that seemed impossible came to be real. Getting ready for elite tournaments. Invitations to important events. College scouts are paying attention. In 3 days, everything changed. And the thing is, Charlie's journey isn't like a fairy tale where everything goes perfectly after one big win. That's not how life works. That's not how sports work. That is not how golf works at all. Because Charlie qualified for the U.S. just 2 months later. The Junior Amateur Championship. The same tournament his dad won 3 times. 3 times in a row in the 1990s. Talk about stress. Discuss comparisons. Talk about goals that are literally impossible to reach. People were already calling Tiger the next big thing when he was Charlie's age. He was beating everyone else in junior golf in a way that had never been seen before. Charlie comes to the U.S. Junior Amateur with everyone watching him. People thought he would just walk through the field because of his last name. First round, 81. 11 strokes over par. A disaster. People started to compare right away. Tiger never hit 81. This tournament was won by Tiger 3 times. Charlie can't take the stress. There was a lot of activity on social media. People who didn't like it came out of the woodwork. We told you he wasn't that great. You can't call yourself a champion after just 1 win. He's just following in his father's footsteps. That was cruel. Very, very hard. But this is what no one was talking about. Charlie was under a lot of stress that wasn't normal. Later, his playing partner said that the amount of pressure on him is hard to believe. I can't picture being in his place. Every shot was looked at. Every mistake was made worse. Tiger Woods following him around the course sounds great, but then you remember that every camera, every reporter, and every fan is watching you. Charlie came back strong in the second round, shooting a 74, which was 3 over par. Better, but not quite enough. He didn't make the cut. Missed the chance to move on to match play. He missed the chance to show he belonged in that tournament. For a lot of kids, that would be the end of the story. He couldn't handle the stress. Couldn't deal with the pressure. Get over it. But not Charlie. What happened next was more important than winning. It showed strength. It showed that you could learn from your mistakes and come back stronger. It's now August. The Junior PGA Championship is in Indiana. Charlie has something to prove at this tournament. Not to the people who don't like it. Not to the press. To himself. First round, not bad. Nothing special. He starts to get hot in the second round. He shoots a 6-9 in the third round. Birds. All of a sudden, he's in second place. 12 strokes below par before the last round. Real argument. A real chance to win. But the most important thing is that the top 2 finishers at this tournament automatically make the U.S. Junior Ryder Cup team. That's what it means to represent your country. That's a competition between countries. That's the kind of chance that can make or break a young career. Now it's August. The Junior PGA Championship is in Indiana. Charlie has something to prove at this tournament. Not to the people who don't like it. Not to the news. To himself. First round, not bad. Nothing special. He starts to get hot in the second round. In the third round, he makes 6-9 birdies. All of a sudden, he's in second place. 12 strokes below par before the last round. Real argument. A real chance to win. But the most important thing is that the top 2 finishers at this tournament automatically make the U.S. Junior Ryder Cup team. That's what it means to represent your country. That's a competition between countries. That's the kind of chance that can make a young person. Job. In the last round, Charlie scores 74. 3 strokes over par. Backs down to a tie for 9th. Not good enough to be on the Ryder Cup team. Doesn't get the spot right away. He doesn't get picked as the captain's pick because his ranking isn't high enough. Another letdown. Another close call. People could point and say, see, he's not good enough again. But here's what makes Charlie different. He keeps coming back. He keeps trying to win. He is still learning. That's what winners do. They don't give up when things get hard. They don't run away from stress. They deal with it directly and find ways to improve. September comes around. Championship for junior players. Charlie gets his second hole-in-one in 9 months. And not just any hole-in-one. A perfect shot that proves he's a real pro. October. The South Florida PGA Junior Golf West Coast High School Championship. Charlie leads his team to victory at Benjamin School. Finishes tied for 4th place on their own, with a score of 4 under for the tournament. Another victory, a different trophy, another sign that he didn't just win by chance in May. He's the real thing. Tiger has been watching all of this. Not coaching, not hovering, not putting any pressure on, only watching. Tiger knows something that most parents don't. Getting your kid to be just like you isn't the key to success in sports. It's about giving them the tools, help, and freedom they need to be themselves. Tiger has said, he said over and over, don't compare him to me because he's not me. He's Charlie. That's not false modesty. That father knows that having unrealistic expectations can be dangerous. Tiger was called the next Jack Nicklaus, and he lived through it. He knows what it's like to have everyone in the golf world watch you all the time. He knows how hard it is on the mind. And he's doing everything he can to keep Charlie from having to deal with the same thing. But protecting someone doesn't mean hiding them. Tiger still takes Charlie to the PNC. Every December, there's a championship. Still competes with him in front of huge crowds and on TV. Still puts him in high-pressure situations where mistakes are made bigger and successes are celebrated. That's how you learn. That's how you get bigger. You don't run away from pressure. You learn how to deal with it. And Charlie is getting better. Every single tournament, every time, every single shot, he is learning what kind of golfer he is. Not as Tiger's kid. People all over the world are watching to see what Charlie Woods does next. What happens next? Will Charlie go to school? Will he turn pro early like his dad did? Will he try to make a career out of golf or choose something else? No one knows. That lack of certainty is what makes this story so interesting. Because Charlie isn't following a plan. He is writing his own. And Tiger, the very competitive champion who hates losing more than anything, is letting his son figure things out on his own. Tiger's actions after Charlie's first big win weren't very dramatic. It wasn't a big gesture. It wasn't an emotional press conference where he started to cry. It was just making room, making space on the shelf for trophies, recognizing the success, respecting the trip, and giving his son the best gift a father can give, the ability to succeed or fail based on his own abilities. That's what real help looks like. No pressure, no expectations, just love, direction, and faith. And that could be the best thing for Charlie Woods. Not his swing, not his name, but a dad who knows exactly what he's going through and is determined to help him get through it without carrying him. So, when people ask what Tiger did after Charlie shocked the golf world with his first big win, the answer is easy. He acted like a good father would. He took a step back, gave his son the moment, and quietly reminded everyone that the best parts of this story are still being written. Because Charlie Woods is not the next Tiger Woods. He is the first Charlie Woods. And that's how it should be. If you got this far, asterisk. Leave a comment below and let me know if you think Charlie will one day be better than his father. Or will he make something else entirely? Let's have a conversation about it. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Sign up for the channel. And don't forget to hit that notification bell because we have more amazing sports stories coming your way. See you in the next one.